All right, let's go on a hunt. We're searching for something that's probably hiding in plain sight, every single application running in your cloud environment. In this explainer, we're going to see how a special tool, the SailPoint Microsoft Entra SSO Discovery Connector, can be our guide to bring all those hidden apps out of the shadows and into the light.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the problem, this hidden app universe. Then we'll meet our application detective. After that, we'll walk through creating its digital ID and giving it the right permissions. And finally, we'll see exactly what the power of visibility really means for you.
So, let's dive right into Section 1, the hidden app universe. We're talking about the problem of application sprawl. Let me ask you a question, and be honest. Do you know, right now, every single app your users are connecting to through your cloud? For most people, if they're being truthful, the answer is probably not. And right there, in that uncertainty, that's where the risk starts.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Every app you don't know about is a blind spot. It's a potential backdoor, a place where data could be leaking, or a huge gap in your governance. It's pretty simple. You absolutely cannot secure what you can't even see.
So, how do we get rid of those blind spots? Well, that brings us to Section 2. It's time to meet our solution, the Application Detective, or, as it's officially known, the SailPoint Discovery Connector.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, think of it like a specialized scanner that you point at your Microsoft Entra ID. Its one and only job is to map out the entire territory. What apps are out there, who's using them, and what are they up to? Its job is to find, not to fix.
Now here's a really critical distinction to make. This connector is not what you typically call an IGA source. An IGA source is for managing access, enforcing policies. This discovery connector, it's all about one thing, visibility. Its mission is just to find and report, not to govern. It's a scout, not a cop.
Which brings us to Section 3. Okay, we know what it is. Now how do we actually set it up? It all starts with creating a digital ID for it, which we do by registering it as an application inside Microsoft Entra.
And honestly, the process is pretty straightforward. You just pop into the Azure portal or the Entra Admin Center and start a new app registration. Give it a name that makes sense, something obvious like SailPoint Discovery Connector. Then you hit register and boom, the system spits out a unique ID for it.
The easiest way to wrap your head around that application ID or client ID is to just think of it as the connector's unique username. That's how Entra ID is going to know who's asking for information. You'll definitely want to copy this ID down. You're going to need it. And of course, every username needs a password. That's the next step, creating a client secret. You'll give it a quick description, pick how long it should be good for, and then, and this is super important, you have to copy that secret value right away and stick it in a secure spot. You literally only get to see it this one time.
Yeah, it's really that simple. If the client ID is the username, the client secret is the password. And you need to treat it with that same level of care. Keep it locked down.
Okay, on to Section 4. So our application has an identity now, but it can't actually do anything. It's like our detective has a badge, but no keys. We need to grant it the right permissions to open the right doors.
The documentation is super specific here, which is great. We only need 2 key permissions from the Microsoft Graph API. First is user.read.all, which is really just to make sure the connection is working. The second, and this is the big one, is application.read.all. This is the permission that lets the connector do its real job, discovering all that application data.
And here's a point I really want to stress for all the security folks out there. Notice both of these are read-all permissions. They are strictly read-only. This means our connector has a key to look around, but it has absolutely no power to change anything, to delete anything, to modify anything in your environment. It can look, but it can't touch.
And that brings us to our final section. We've done the setup, we've assigned the permissions, so what's the big payoff? Let's talk about the power of visibility.
And this is it. This is the whole reason we did this. All that work gives you something incredibly powerful, clarity. You get a single list of every single app, a clear picture of who is using them, and a record of what they've been doing. That hidden universe we started with, it's not hidden anymore. It's completely mapped out.
This is a fundamental game changer. Having this kind of visibility isn't just a nice to have. It lets you completely shift your security posture. You move from just reacting to problems to proactively managing your risk, putting smart governance in place, and truly securing your entire world of applications. And that's our explainer. By setting up this simple connector, you go from a state of, well, not really knowing, to a state of complete visibility. Which leaves us with one final, and I think pretty powerful question to think about. Now that you can see everything, what's your first move?